I'm going to save you 50% on your grocery bill by utilizing these strategies. Take a look. Hey, I'm Linda with What's Linda Cooking. I know that grocery bills are high right now and people are going crazy with what's going on in the economy and all of that, but I'm here to help you. So most people, when they are meal planning for the week, they're just writing down, okay, I want to have chicken tetrazzini this night. I want roasted chicken. I want a steak this night. And then they go shopping. Or they're looking in cookbooks and they're looking at, oh, this recipe looks really nice. And they're buying the ingredients for that. When I tried to meal plan like that, my bill skyrocketed. So what I do is a combination of reverse meal planning and pantry cooking. That's what I do. And also utilizing what's on sale always. If it's on sale, other than the basics of like milk, then I'm not buying it if it's not on sale. So let's take a look at what's on sale this week and what's already in my pantry. Because if I already have it, it's not worth buying it unless I can freeze it or if it's a stock up price for my pantry. So let's take a look. Okay, this is one of my pantry closets that's in my kitchen. I don't have an actual pantry, so we have this. It's going to change, but this is what I have right now. So let's look at what I have in here. I've got some graham crackers. I've got some Triscuits. I've got some cake mixes and brownie mix. This is another kind of mix. I've got some flour. I've got a whole thing of vinegar. I've got some flour down here too. That's whole wheat flour. And then I've got potatoes. But you know what I don't see here are onions. So I do need onions. So I'm going to put that on my list. I have canola oil. I have olive oil too, someplace else. I've got raisins and I've got Ritz crackers. So I'm good on the cracker front, on the mixes front. Unless there's a fabulous sale, I am not buying them. And there's no fabulous sale. I'm talking about like the crackers and the Triscuits need to be like $1.97 or less for me to buy them at this time because I have plenty. So let's go looking elsewhere in my kitchen to see what else I have. Yes, this is a mess. I know it is. But this is my one pantry cabinet in my kitchen. And I have some tomato puree. Tomato puree down here that I bought on sale for $1. So I have 4 of those. I'm good with that. I also have a pantry down in my basement. So what you see here is not everything I have because I do have other places. So I see that I like instant coffee. My husband likes instant coffee. I'm kind of low on it, so I will get that. You'll see I have salsa. I have some tuna here. I have beans. I have corn, and I have a lot of corn downstairs and green beans downstairs. So I'm good with that. I have some rice that's low, but I have my rice stored downstairs in a big container, about 20 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds down there. So I do not need rice unless it is an amazing deal. I have chicken bouillon. I have all kinds of spices. I have some mayonnaise up there. So I'm actually pretty good with canned goods. Okay, now let's look at my refrigerator. And so I have milk that I need. I have wine. I have some sweet cream, but this I get from, it's the one that doesn't have all the garbage in it. But I'm going to make it myself, so I'm not going to have that. I have various condiments. I don't need any of that stuff. I have eggs. I normally get eggs for $5 duck eggs next to me, and then I get eggs at my daughter's house for $3 a dozen because I'm there anyway. So I do that. We have cookies for my husband, so I don't need that. I have butter that I got for $2.99 or less, so I don't need any of that. And I've got brown rice here. I've got all kinds of, condiments, mayonnaise, jams that I've canned because my daughter wants me to have them there. I've got sourdough starter. I don't need any of that. What I do need some fresh veggies because all I have here is some baby spinach, celery, a little tiny bit of broccoli, and baby carrots, and a red pepper. And then for fruits, I have some apples and some clementine. So if those are on sale, I'm going to get that, or whatever other kind of fruit there is. And this is a cut up cantaloupe right there. So some of the other things that I have, we have some bacon, we have cheese. I'm not buying cheese. I've got all of this cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese, so I'm not going to do that. I've got cream cheese. And let me see, I have sliced cheese, and I have some Italian farro there that I want to make something. These are leftovers that I'm going to be eating part of it today. So that's that. On to the freezer. Now I have a freezer downstairs. This is just my upstairs freezer. So I had bought ice cream at 97 cents, and I got 4 of these quasi half gallons. So I've got some downstairs. This is my just packet of greens and stuff like that. They had some salmon for 50% off, so I have a couple of things of that, so I don't need salmon. I've got steamed like veggies for quick stir fries. I have some shrimp for quick stir fries. This is a leftover meal right here that Michael will eat during the week when I'm not here. I have ground beef. I have more of veggies and more ground beef and more of the salmon. And then I have right here is a ham bone, and this is a leftover meal that Michael will eat. These are chicken backs and more frozen veggies. So I've got a lot of things that I can eat. What you're not seeing also is downstairs in my basement freezer, I have a lot of chicken and turkey breast and a ham. So when I do my meal plan or my kind of idea of what I want, I am going to take that into account and probably won't buy any chicken. Okay, so now that I have an assessment of what I have and what I may need, I can make a list out. And what you didn't see is tonight I'm going to probably have some kind of a stir fry or a Philly steak and cheese, because I have some leftover prime rib. Because last week, prime rib was on sale for $6.97 a pound. And I decided to get it because my kids were coming over and I wasn't sure if they wanted it on that Saturday night before Easter. But they didn't, so I threw it in the freezer. And I made one last night, a steak. It was about 2 pounds, 2.2 pounds. And we have it left. And that fed 3 people. So we have it left. So this is Saturday that I'm doing this. So this is going to be like steak and cheese sandwiches, if my pen could work. And cheese. Sandwiches. Or stir fry. So that gives me some flexibility. So if I, like tonight, if I'm like, you know what, I'm not feeling the stir fry, so I'm just going to make the sandwiches with onions and the pepper, because I have a little bit of onion left in the refrigerator. I can do that because I'm going to be doing shopping tomorrow. I normally do it on a specific day of the week. But some of the things that we already know I need, right, is coffee. So we need coffee because that, I like to have that. And then we also need, in the dairy, milk. And we will probably go, my husband and I will probably take a ride out because we won't want to stay home all day long. And we will probably take a ride out to the supermarket that has the cheapest milk for $2.59 a gallon. And at the same time, I am holding some great coupons for chicken. And I told you I don't need chicken, but my daughter does. And so I will and I have a rain check, so I will probably pick up at the same time a couple of packages of chicken that I can put into her freezer. And those packages of chicken will probably cost me $1 because I have those coupons and I have the rain check for $1.49 a pound. So put those together and it makes an excellent deal. So I will most likely get that. So let's start looking at the sales flyers. So we're gonna be stopping in at Market Basket. So I'm gonna look here. So if Michael wants pears are 99 cents a pound, I might pick up a couple of pears for him. And he's going to be with me, so absolutely we will do that. Pasta is $5 for $1 for the Prince. If he wants that, we can do that. But you know what? I already have a box in there, and I probably have some downstairs, so I am not going to be picking up this deal. And sometimes they go on sale for a lot cheaper, like I'm saying a lot cheaper, 89 cents or whatever. So I will wait. Butter, I already told you I got mine for $2.97. So absolutely not. Even though I love Cabot, I'm not going to get that deal. So really, there's not a lot of great deals that I'm seeing in this paper, but they do have romaine lettuce. So if I do want to make some salads this week, maybe I'll pick up some romaine lettuce. I'll see what the other stores have also. So I may pick this up, and I may pick up some tomatoes. They have some tomatoes for 99 cents. That's a good deal too. But other than that, I have not seen anything really that jumps out at me that we're going to need. This is like all of the deli stuff. I very rarely get deli meat. A lot of times I'll get it from Aldi because they have it in little packages and it lasts a little bit longer, and it has the no nitrates and all of that, and it's 5 something a pound. So I tend to pick it up there instead. Honey baked ham if he wants it, but he's all hammed out from Easter, so I'm not going to get him ham. So really, I'm not seeing any great deals that I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I need to get these. But I am going to tell you, when I walk into Market Basket to get the milk, I'm going to look also at the reduced section for veggies and the reduced section for meat. And I'm going to look for the stickers that say manager special, because that's where it's going to be reduced. And if I'm lucky enough to find the ones that I have the coupons for and they're a manager special, I will hold on to my rain check and try to use that with my coupon. So let's look at Shaw's, which is an Albertsons store. Okay, so you'll notice 99 cents a pound. And they've got Brussels sprouts, they've got zucchini, they've got broccoli crowns, and green beans, plum tomatoes, same price as Market Basket, so that's good. Green squash, well, that's zucchini, eggplant, sweet potatoes, Napa cabbage, and Vidalia onions. So if I don't get a great deal on onions, I might get that. But also on the each, there's celery, but I already have celery. Baby carrots, I'm low on carrots, but I'm going to see how much the big carrots are just to compare. And then cucumbers, and then oranges, but I'm not sure I'm going to get that because I like the clementines. Then moving over, I don't get a lot of yogurt, so that's not going to happen. Tuna, I can get less than that normally at another one, but the plain English muffins, I like English muffins, and so I will probably get 1 package of those. Okay, coming down, you'll see that they have cantaloupe for 97 cents each, a limit of 2. I'll definitely get 1 of those because I like cantaloupe. We're almost done with our cantaloupe, so I will get 1 of those. And then they have the Pink Lady apples. I'm okay with the apple situation. If I see anything less than 99 or 97 cents a pound, then I will do that. The chicken here is 97 cents. Now, normally that is a price that I would buy the chicken. However, I don't need chicken. My daughter does, but I'm going to use my coupons for that. So at Market Basket. So I'm going to hold off buying that because I have all of that turkey, all of that chicken in my downstairs freezer. So I'm not going to do that. And then right here, we've got some snacking tomatoes. I love those. So I might just get 1 of those. And they've got iceberg lettuce. And, you know, and I know iceberg lettuce isn't as good as romaine, but I actually like those a lot. And then they have greenhouse tomatoes. Also, they have shrimp. That's a good price for large shrimp, but I already showed you that I have some in my freezer, the uncooked and already ready, and the peeled and deveined. I already have it, 2 pounds of it, so I'm not going to get that. And downstairs in my freezer, I know I already have some cooked shrimp already done, so I'm not going to get that either. And so I'm just perusing a little bit more. Now, you know that I have all that ground beef. And so I'm not going to get ground beef. However, and normally my price for ground beef, 80/20, is $2.97. This is $3.97, but it is 90%. So if you like 90%, this is the time. And it is a limit of 2. And you need to clip the coupon. But this is when I would buy it, put it into 1 pound packages, 2 pound packages, however much your family eats, I would put it into those packages and throw it in the freezer. Coming down, salmon. I told you I already got salmon for like $5 a pound, so that's in my freezer. Tillamook cheese, $2.79. My cheese price is normally $1.97 or less, so I would not be getting this. Cabot is my cheese of choice normally. I like that one the best. But any cheese that I can get for $1.97 or cheaper is when I buy it. So I don't need that either. And you can freeze cheese also. Potato chips and such, we're not going to need that. And I'm probably going to get that at Aldi for $1.99. If it was $1.97 or whatever, I might get the Utz for my husband. And then crackers and stuff, I do not, my price is $1.97. So this is not a price that I would get. Now, if you want a quick meal, do not overlook the frozen pizzas or the Aldi pizzas. Now, these are smaller pizzas for $2.97. However, at Aldi's, you can get the really giant one for $6.99 a lot of times, sometimes $5.99. You can put your own toppings on it or have it cheap. I have it for, just the cheese. But I also like to have the frozen pizzas just and when I see this price, $2.97, I will buy one and throw it into the freezer, or 2. But I bought 2 and they're already in my freezer. Those are for quick meals for my husband if he doesn't want any of the leftovers that I have for him. Because I'm gone for three nights with my grandson, I make sure he has some food. And so if he doesn't like or want what I have, he can throw a pizza in. But he's really good about eating up the food that I have left for him. So I'm looking at the rest of this and I am not seeing any prices or anything that I am going to write home about. And they always have a mix and match, any 5 for, when you get these prices. But I can never find 5 things that I want in that list. So I just don't get it. And then again, here's some different deals. And, the pork loin. I normally get my pork loin for $1.99. So I won't be getting that. But if you noticed, my husband only had 1 thing of bacon left. I may get this, not a great price though. So that, I might not get that because that's only 14 ounces where I'm really looking for a pound if at all possible. So when we go to Market Basket, I'll see if they have any manager specials or see if they have anything less than the $3.97 for like a pound or whatever. The other thing, I have been loving the corn on the cob. So this is 3 for $1. So I am going to get that. I'm going to get 3 of those because I love corn. So that's about it. We do have some yellow onions here for $2.99. I'm not sure I'm going to get them, but we'll see. So let me make my list out. Already I have on there milk, English muffins, and coffee. But I am going to, in the produce aisle, I am going to put corn because I want that corn on the cob. And then I'm going to put broccoli because I love broccoli and my daughter loves it too. So I will get her some broccoli too. Okay, so we want broccoli. We want some green beans because I also love those for sheet pan meals. So I'm going to get some fresh green beans and I love fresh green beans. We're going to get some of the snacking tomatoes. Because remember, those were on sale too, right down here. And I'm going to get some kind of lettuce. And I haven't decided if I'm going to go with the romaine or the iceberg. I just don't know. I have a feeling I'm going with the iceberg because 97 cents, I'm thinking I might want to do that. And then I'm going to do the cantaloupe. I'm not going to do that. Was there anything else that we had said that we wanted? I've got the English muffins. I've got, oh, we wanted some carrots because I'm low on carrots. And I may do the baby carrots. I'm not sure. I want them for snacking. And I know my mother lives downstairs and my niece got her a bunch of baby carrots and they are all in her freezer. So if I need some like carrots to cook, I can go down there and get it because I don't cook for just my husband and I at night. I cook for 3 of us when I'm home. So I'm cooking for my husband, me, and my mother for dinner. Normally breakfast and lunch she will do on her own, but for dinner I always make sure that I have some for her. So like the prime rib last night, she had the prime rib also. And so that looks like all I want. And I'm not sure, I might get some radishes because I do like radish in my salads. So if I have tomato, radish, and I could get a cucumber, I think I'm going to do a cucumber. That would be good. I'm going to put the chicken for Jewel in here. Just because at Market Basket, I'm going to see what they have. And we'll go from there to use in conjunction with my coupons. So literally, that is all that I'm thinking I really need this week. Except for my husband needs potato chips. And he's going to need some bread. So I'm for maybe sandwiches. So I'm going to get rolls or bread. Tonight's stir fry, the Philly steak and cheese sandwiches, I'm actually have some rolls in my freezer. So I do not need those, but I think I need some rolls. I did not see any rolls, so I think that. And he may also need some he doesn't need Swiss rolls because they were on sale last week, the last 2 weeks, 2 for $4. So I bought 4 boxes. So he is set. If you don't know, if you haven't seen my videos, my husband is a toddler, I always say. And so that he always wants Swiss rolls or some kind of a sweet. So he has that. I may bake something. I have a lot of cookie mix when I got them for 50 cents a box. So I might make him some cookies later on this weekend. So he has that because we're low on fresh baked things. My daughter had made some cupcakes last week for Easter and we have 1 left. So once he's done with that, he will be done with the baked goods other than the Swiss rolls and the shortbread cookies that he has in the refrigerator. So I might make him some chocolate chip cookies. We will see. So really, that's all I have on my list. Where last week, I told you I normally spend $50 to $60. But last week, because it was Easter and I was getting prime rib and I was getting a ham and I was getting all kinds of things, I actually did not. Oh, you know what? Do I have onion on here? Onion. So I needed my onion too. So, so last week I was buying all of that. So I did not buy, I bought a lot. So I don't need, and I have stocked up canned goods and things like that. I have home canned chicken for chicken salad sandwiches. And I think in my freezer, I might have some seafood salad that I might take out and chop up, and Michael will have that for his lunches. So I might get rolls because he likes the hot dog rolls for that because they're the perfect size for his sandwiches. So I might get that for him and make that for him. So let's see what we're going to be cooking. So we have the Philly steak and cheese or stir fries that we're going to have tonight. So what are we going to have tomorrow night? I actually don't know. But what protein do I want to use? You know what? I want to use up some ground beef. So you know what? I'm going to do ground beef. Now, notice I do not have anything here that says what I'm cooking with the ground beef, because there are infinite. I could do a pasta sauce with a salad. I can do some kind of a soup with the ground beef. I can do hamburgers if I want to. And if I do think that I want hamburgers, which might be the case, maybe half of it I will do hamburgers. Maybe the other half I will do something like a meatballs, spaghetti and meatballs, or spaghetti and meat sauce, or something like that. So I could break up the ground beef package and make hamburgers one night and pasta the other night. So that might be what I do. So let's say I'm going to make ground beef and maybe with a pasta. Okay, so ground beef and pasta on Sunday, that's what I'm gonna do. His leftovers, he will have on Monday and Tuesday, he will have those for leftovers. And then Wednesday, he will, I'm sure there's going to be more leftovers. He's going to have that on Wednesday. For lunches, he's going to have sandwiches. For breakfast, he's going to have an egg, and he's going to have maybe the bacon. Or maybe on Sunday, I will make him pancakes. Or if I see a really good deal on some bread, like sweet bread or something like that, maybe I'll make him French toast. And that will take him for breakfast for most of the week. For me, I don't eat breakfast, so I don't have to have breakfast. But for lunches, I will have whatever is left over. Or I'll make myself an egg salad sandwich. When I'm over my daughter's house, they have some eggs there, hard-boiled eggs. I might make some eggs salad sandwich on Monday if they still have them there. And if they're still good, I will do that. Because my grandson cannot have eggs, but they wanted to color the eggs, so that might be what I have there for sandwiches for lunch. So we will see. At their house, I will cook whatever. If I'm going to have chicken, I will cook chicken on Monday night, and I'll probably have, I know I got them ground beef last week, so I'll cook something with the ground beef. So whatever I get for them, because when I am at her house, she gives me her credit card and says, "Ma, go out shopping. I need this, 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 and this." And I shop for her, because inevitably I will spend at least $40 less a week when I do her shopping, because I save a lot of money when I shop. So this is the list. You're going to see how I'm shopping, and we'll see what happens. First shopping trip, we had to go to my father-in-law's just for a visit, and he lives maybe a mile from the first grocery store, the Market Basket. Hot dog rolls were 99 cents, and that's generally cheaper than what I've been getting at Aldi. If it's at Aldi, I mean, if it's on sale, maybe 89 cents, but most of the time, no. And so we got that, and $2.59 for the milk. So that was $3.58. That's what we got so far. Okay, it's $46 this week. There were amazing sales this week. So let's go through. I went to Market Basket yesterday, bought some hot dog rolls for Michael's sandwiches and milk. And that was $2.59 and 99 cents. So $3.58, okay? But the whole bill here with everything, including that, was $47. So what did I get? I wasn't expecting to get these, but I kind of bob and weave when it comes time to go shopping, because when I see something like 50% off, and this is ground pork, I usually mix this with ground beef or ground turkey to make meatloaf and meatballs and things like this. These, I got 3 of them because that's all they had left. And these were normally $3.69. So what is that? That would be about $1.60 per pound, because I think this was a pound. Yeah, it's a pound. So that's really cheap for a protein. So I will throw these in the freezer. I will bring one to my daughters, because I usually have ground turkey there or ground beef, and we mix it together for those types of things. Then cantaloupes were on sale at Shaw's, and these were 97 cents each. Keeping one home, bringing one to my daughters. Then we have kettle chips for Michael. We have 6 of the corn on the cobs. They've had these 3 for $1 for a while at Shaw's, and I pick up at least 3. So this week I'm going to bring 3 to my daughters, keep 3 here. Zucchini was $1 a pound, so I got these. I'll probably take some to my daughters. We've got a cucumber, and this I will bring half of it to my daughters, half of it here, because I want to make some salads and stuff, and I love these cucumbers. And these were 99 cents. The Dahlia onions were 99 cents a pound, so I picked up 2 because I don't have a lot of onions right now. So I'm waiting for a sale. Once they go on sale, I'll pick up the 3-pack. But since they're not on sale, I got those for 99 cents. 99 cents for English muffins. 1 will stay here. 1 will go to my daughters because my son-in-law likes them, and I like to eat them there too. Pink Lady apples were $2.89, so I got those. I'll bring some of those to my daughters. The clementines, I'll bring some of those to my daughters. Blackberries, oh, this is for my grandson. He loves them. These are $2.60 something each, so I got a couple for him. The tomatoes were 99 cents a package, so I got 2 of them, 1 here, 1 at my daughter's. These I got the other day for 99 cents. Broccoli was 99 cents a pound, so I got that. The radishes were 99 cents, so I decided to get those and throw those because I like radishes in my salad. And I'm low on coffee, so decided to get coffee for me and for Mike. Mike didn't really need it, but he said another week, but I was like, you know what? My shopping isn't that much. I might as well get it this week. The iceberg lettuce, I thought about this, but I like iceberg lettuce, so I figured I would get a head of it for salads, so I will use that. Bananas, my husband just wanted a few of those. The others will go to my daughters. Green beans, 99 cents a pound, so I got that. So this, lots and lots of veggies and fruits this week, just because it was an amazing sale. And whatever I don't eat, I will freeze. But mostly I'll probably eat it all this week. So that's what we got and what we're having. I'm going to make meals based on these veggies and the meats that I have in my freezer. So last night I made some pepper steaks because I had leftover pepper and I had leftover prime rib. So I made pepper steak sandwiches. I have some left over for that. And then I'm going to make, probably tonight, I'm either going to do some kind of a hamburger or something with burger. I don't know, some kind of hamburger. It could be pasta tonight. It could be, because I have pasta sauce and stuff like that. So it could be pasta tonight with a salad. I don't know. I'm leaning towards pasta salad with a salad. And then later on in the week, I'll make this at my daughter's. And then later on in the week, I'll make chicken and salmon to round out some of those meals. What are you making? What are you cooking? I would love to hear. Bye for now.